Welcome to our you mean Thursday. Today is Wednesday, y'all. Shout
Wednesday.
out. Shout out. So hey y'all, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you're watching this. But thank you for pulling up to our Wednesday lives. This is Life with Trey and Jay. I'm Trey.
Hey, I'm Jay. What's up?
And on this channel, we share our lives to encourage and empower women to love Jesus, love themselves, and love others well. So, shout out to you for pulling up. And per
Yes.
usual, Janela's going to pull up with our conversation. Like, what we talking about
Topic
today?
at hand.
Yes.
Listen,
What we
I
talking
love
about?
all these topics. So today, we are just gonna give you a life update. Like not exactly a life update, but a life with Trey and Jay update, which
Good.
kind of does it kind of sounds the same, but it's not. What
Mhm.
is going on with this ministry? What are we doing? And so we just wanted to be transparent and share what's going on with us. We would love for you to comment. Of course, share this yeah, you can share it now actually. Share because we want you to, just we want to interact with you. And so I'll just dive right into it. So Tracy and I are in this point in
Dive
our
in.
I'm like this
Dive in.
scuba gear and all. So like we're at this point in this ministry that we want it to be a business, but when you just gotta be real with yourself and you go say, sis, and you're like, yeah, yeah.
It's the quiet time. That
Sis,
one.
this ain't a, we had to say this ain't a business. This a ministry, but this ain't a business. You're new to this. What's this about? Is this Mr. Corb? Wait, is this my friend? Yes, it is. It's my friend Timothy from elementary school. Hey, Tim. Um,
Hey, Tim.
and so, our thing is we this is a ministry that we want to turn into a business, but as of right now, it is just a ministry, which is great because that purpose trumps any dollar sign that we could ever earn. But we're having a hard time figuring out how to move it from a ministry to a business or just from a hobby. And I don't know why I'm coming to not like that word, to a business.
Like the
And
transitional period.
say it
Like
again.
the transition, not the transitional period, but transitioning it.
Yeah, transitioning it. And so a few things we've done. We've obviously prayed. Well, maybe it's not obvious. We've prayed, and we're continuing to pray. We're continuing to pray about where we should be. Where what is this? Is this the end? Is just the beginning of a new chapter with Life with Trey and Jay? What is going on? We spoke to Akimity, who is from Truth's Table. If y'all don't know the podcast Truth's Table, you definitely should check it out. Three dope women killing the game in apologetics and sharing the gospel around Black culture, specifically Black women. And she gave us the real deal about how it is to run her ministry. That's also a business. And so we're learning and growing from people like her. We're learning and growing. We spoke to, this is a while ago, Lisa Fields from
The Jude
Jude
3
the
project.
Jude 3 project, and we got some great information from her. And then a few days ago, we spoke to Kalila, who is one of our really good friends, and she has her own business. She has a couple of businesses, and she also has a passion to share, to help other businesses grow, specifically Black businesses. I mean, I think she's open to all different races and faces, but she's Black. She's a Black woman. We're Black women. She wants to help us out, and we're her friends. So we are speaking to lots of people that we know can help, and we're on this journey. Just put it that way.
And with that being said, we've had quite a few conversations.
Yeah.
And the reason why we've had quite a few conversations is because when you're making a decision, the hope is that you add a few different counselors in the space, which is biblical. So with that being said, you don't necessarily want to just iron out a decision and be like, I'm done, whatever, without taking the necessary steps of really processing, praying, and giving it time, giving it space to really make that decision or even move in that decision. So that's the main reason I would say, and also honestly because we value um, not only the people that we've had these conversations with, but also valuing mentorship, valuing counsel, valuing accountability. So those are the reasons I would say we definitely made sure to have those conversations in the midst of praying through this decision.
Yeah, and so one of the things that just stood out to me with our last conversation with Kalila, it came up again today. So when we spoke to her about 2 days ago, and one of the actually it was like the last thing she said, and it really just rang true to my. It just I just can't get it out of my head. Just put it that way. And what she said was, there's a difference between working in your business and on your business. We are working in it, but she's like, you need to work on it. Working on it. Working on it is seeing it from a bird's eye view. And so some of y'all know Shark Tank, right? So I actually really don't watch Shark Tank, but I was watching an interview.
Okay.
I mean, it is. I've watched it several times in the past, but I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's a great television show to watch because if you want to be in business, you are being entertained, but also you're learning a lot, And so one of the things that, why am I forgetting her name? Judy? Is it? No, I'm. Anyway, the white woman. There's two white women, but the older one with the short hair. Anyway,
yeah, I don't know.
I want to say Judy, but it's not because I'm getting her mixed up with with Judge Judy.
Oh my gosh!
And they're two different people.
Janelle,
hilarious.
For here, I'm done.
and so anyway, she made a good point. She said you need to go to the mount. She said the same thing that Kalila said, but different way. She was like, she was giving this woman suggestions for her business, and it was called the Foot Nanny, which I think her business is doing very well. It's a Black woman. She's killing the game, and she just wants to grow. And she said to her, you need to go on the mountaintop and look down at your business and see what's what. Be very aware of what your customers like and don't like, because they'll let you know clearly if they like something and if they don't, and expand the things that they like. Simple as that. And I'm like, what do y'all like about us?
I really, you know what? I would definitely answer that and say, I think people enjoy our episodes. I'm not sure if people enjoy, like, I believe that they enjoy our episodes and our lives. Not yet YouTube, because YouTube, we are growing. We're growing our YouTube presence, and that's why we're being consistent to actually maintain it, because it's so easy to be like, what, we don't have enough people on our YouTube, in terms of engagement. So let's go to our Instagram, where we do have an engaging pool of, engaging pool of viewers and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I would say our viewers enjoy
more. And so
the funny thing is, y'all, that's actually what we enjoy more too.
Yeah.
Coming up with conceptualizing.
Barbara, thank you. Okay, so Timothy, let me just answer your question. Timothy said, are your topics usually open? Anything about financial education, relationships, piqued my interest. And so Timothy, we usually have a topic every month, and then we break it down each week. This month, because we are in this transitional period, we decided to just talk about the reality of where we are, because this is our life, life with Trey and Jay. She's Trey, I'm Jay. You know that. My name is Jay. So, and so usually we talk a lot about relationships. We have talked about financial education, and we would like to continue to talk about financial education. Anything else? I don't know what else you want to talk about, but we get excited about that. Actually, one of the things that we talked about before when we were trying to decide on what we're going to talk about today is relationships, and we have to talk about that because we're just passionate about that. I recently met a woman who wrote a book called The Biblical F Boys. And what I forgot the subtitle, but it's about learning who they are from a mile away. I am so excited about talking about that because Tracy and I know biblical F boys and non-biblical F boys, whatever you want to call it,
Okay.
And you might know some F girls, like, so with that being said, we all have experienced that in some way, ghosting and being a part of these relationships that were like, ooh, Tracy was talking about it on her stories yesterday. And so we do talk about that. If you go to if you stay on this page and you go through our
YouTube
episodes,
catalog.
our other videos, our catalog, you'll see that we talked a lot about relationships. And so
we're not done talking about the relationships either.
Oh no, because
it's always something to talk about. And also, one other thing is I recently got engaged, so that's something that we are also going to, find a way
be
to
discussing.
talk about, because the people them would like to have a conversation about it. So we're gonna have something, but so we definitely do talk about relationships because I mean, life is built around relationships. They're not all romantic, but life is built
like
around
this is a relationship between her and I.
Absolutely.
It's a relationship between us and you. And mainly our relationship with Jesus is the reason why we're here. So like she said, everything's about relationships. And so we're just trying to figure out what our relationship looks like in this ministry, because we know that we still want to be friends. But like, what are we doing?
That part's not on the table.
But what are we doing with this ministry? Or precisely. Are we going to focus on it just being a ministry, which is great, or are we going to rev it up and it being a business? And how would that look? So I really think that this is the time, and you tell me what you think about this, Trey. This is the time that we work on our business or on our ministry instead of in it. Like Kalila said, and like Miss Barbara, not Judy, Barbara said, Judge Judy, so bad. That's like all black people look alike. Horrible. Horrible. So yeah, that's where I think we are.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to working on it, I think this is the part that we are going to be learning through. What does it look like to work on it while not working in it? Like, what parts are we able to engage in while working on it, but not working in it? Because then that means, to me, which is the same thing that we were talking about, which is what our viewers enjoy, excuse me, is a lot around our conversations. Like anything that's conversation series, our viewers enjoy. I'm not as like, I don't, and we've discussed this, but I don't believe that we are as I would say impactful on social media. The thing is, it is impactful because that's the thing that we use in order to like engage. But I'm saying, like, what I think, if I were to say what are the two things, what's the top one thing that Life with Trey and Jay does that you're interested in, and I would definitely say, apart from events, apart from like, our conference that we we're looking to plan, not were, but we were actually planning. I would definitely say it's our videos. Like our videos, our content is real life stuff, because the same way that we sound right here, right now, is exactly how we sound in doing the videos. And I firmly believe that our audience loves that. So that's what we're looking to do, like actually analyze these things. Like, what is it that because when we took a break, and that's the funny thing, we took a break And in taking a break, in taking a break, we were just like, we started coming into the space of, let's make sure to intentionally pray about this ministry. Let's make
Mm-hmm.
sure to really focus in on what is it that we want, and why is it, like, what is our why? And one of the things that kept coming up was the fact that both of us are exhausted from
YouTube
like
and social media.
yeah, social media could be like a warp, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, if we could do the things that we love to do, which is sit like this, where we're talking and engaging, having conversation with our audience, or even us creating a video and putting it out as content for our audience, that is something that we also enjoy. So it's this process of going through what is working and what is sustainable and what we're able to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else we have to say, but just do know that we enjoy this and we want to keep it going, but we are just reevaluating how, and what the next steps are. Hot topics like gender roles in marriage and in relationships are with spirituality. Gender roles. I think that's a great topic specifically for now because, like Tracy says, she's engaged. And, one of the things that she's going to go through with her fiance is premarital counseling. And they're going to ask, what is your, I think I mentioned this to you earlier yesterday while before we prayed, like, what's your definition of a husband? Like, what do you see? Like, what's his role? And so and then it goes into like gender roles as well. So, as big. Thankfully, my husband is not about that. You must be barefoot, pregnant, cooking and cleaning. He's, some people are like that. I mean, that's extreme, but my husband's not like that. That's not what he's looking for from me, which is great. So if I cook, it's like, oh, it's a bonus,
Yeah.
But I've come to like cooking. But I knew that going into the relationship. And so that's a really good topic because, man, you people say I do
about that.
thinking, huh?
I said people can get real confused about that.
Absolutely. Because your family,
you have your own precept in your mind. It's not necessarily
right.
like,
You could be in the home, your father is one way, your mother's one way. You expect that in your home when you create your own family, and your husband or your spouse grew up another way, and there's an expectation that's not being met, and that causes what? Frustration.
Yeah.
And resentment, and and if there's no communication, I mean, it goes
that's
on and
not
on.
being communicated.
Yeah. Timothy's married, so he knows. Like he said, yes, do that and be honest in the process of counseling. Absolutely. So this is great. I mean, to be honest, it's up to Tracy and her fiance, but I think that if we come alongside you all somehow in the process of this, the role
alongside me. I'm just joking.
No, I mean, yeah, because he's, he didn't sign up for this. You signed up for it.
Yeah. He'll probably sit there like
the road to marriage. I mean, the road to the road to marriage or whatever, the road to the day. That'll be cute. So many people would love to learn from that and grow from that. So anyhow, is there anything else you would like to say?
Okay,
I know this one is not going to be that long.
For the next 2 weeks, y'all, you will see us here on Wednesday, same time, same place. Okay, right here. And we are going to have 2 open conversations. And stay tuned for that. We definitely want to give you some really, really meaty conversations. And these will be quite I don't even know if I would say
Transparent.
touchy or personal. Yeah, these would be
personal. Mhm.
these would be two personal conversations. And I'm looking forward to it. And maybe we might have an extension of it, but we never know. Not we never know, but you never know. So just stay tuned so that you can see what's up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and then we'll definitely be seeing you here next week. And yeah, that's that.
All right.
Okay, so y'all, we out, but thank you so much for watching this episode. And as you already know, on this channel, we share our lives to encourage and empower women to love Jesus, love themselves, and love others well. And don't forget, follow us on Instagram,
Yes.
Facebook at Life with Trey and Jay. That's TRAYANDJEA. Have a good night.
Go to our website too.
Afternoon, or go to our website
Yeah.
www.lifewithnj.com. Yeah, no. But yes. All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Take care. Later.